following video is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. The content shared represents personal perspectives and is not intended as advice, diagnosis, or directive. Viewers are encouraged to use their own discernment and intuition when engaging with this material. All information is protected under free expression, artistic license, and spiritual commentary. This offering is shared as a remembrance journey for reflection, inquiry, and entertainment. It is not meant to instruct or impose, but to awaken. All shared insights are symbolic transmissions, protected as spiritual expression and creative speech. This video is protected by the First Amendment, Creative Commons Fair Use, Section 107, and is offered under spiritual freedom of expression and storytelling. All names, events, and ideas are offered as opinion, commentary, or artistic interpretation. A war is being waged, but not with weapons, with words, projections, wounded ideologies, masculine against feminine, Patriarchy against matriarchy. But what if I told you this war was never real? That it was seeded to stop something ancient from returning? There is no gender in the soul. No penis, no womb, no patriarchy, no matriarchy. These are archetypal expressions, not spiritual supremacy. The soul was never made male or female. It was light, it was assignment, it was remembrance. Yes, the patriarchy wounded. Yes, the divine feminine was suppressed. But vengeance is not remembrance. Supremacy, no matter the gender, is still distortion. It's just the same cage, painted a different color. You were not sent here to fight each other. You were sent here to restore each other. Masculine and feminine were never enemies. They were memory codes, designed to unlock something together. To my brothers, you were not kings because you control. You were kings because you remember. Your strength is not domination. It's integrity, presence, protection, purpose. To my sisters, you were not goddesses because men failed. You were goddesses because you embodied truth. Your power is not vengeance. It's creation, intuition, and restoration. The gender war is just another system, another loop, another distraction from why you came. Superiority has infected both sides, and remembrance cannot rise in a house divided. The true return isn't patriarchy. It isn't matriarchy either. It's harmonic sovereignty, a field where man and woman stand side by side, not in a power struggle, but in a frequency weave. Big Mama and the Great Father were never meant to rule. They were meant to remember, to gather the fragments, to restore the flame together. The soul does not care about gender roles. It only asks, did you fulfill your mission? Did you activate your codes? Did you remember who you were before the war? If you are caught up in superiority, then you've already forgotten. If you believe your power depends on the other being weaker, you've already fallen. This is not about men or women winning. This is about the soul completing its task. To the ones ready to rise above the gender, you are the new architects, not building a new throne, but restoring the temple, one where both halves of the Most High sit as one. Listen to what I'm really trying to say. You were not born male. You were not born female. You were born assigned to a mission. And when that mission is complete, the body drops, the gender fades, and only the flame remains. This is the final dispelling, the end of the superiority illusion. No more patriarchy, no more matriarchy, only remembrance, only harmony, only the return of the unified flame. You are not your gender. You are not your history. You are the soul awakening in a vessel for a mission. And now that mission begins. In the echo of remembrance, a dangerous lie is rising. The lie that divinity is determined by skin, that melanin equals supremacy, that race is a hierarchy instead of a tapestry. But the soul knows better. The soul remembers. And now, we must too. Melanin is sacred. Yes, absolutely. It is a conductor of light, a transmitter of solar intelligence, a library of ancient memory. It was revered in Kemet, encoded in Dogon prophecy, guarded in the temples of Mu. But sacred does not mean supreme. It means it has purpose. So what of the others? The fair-skinned, the hybrid-born, the crystalline tribes. Did they come empty, forgotten, forsaken? No. They came with their own codes, their own keys. Lunar light, galactic strands, Lyran, Pleiadian, Arcturian. They came not to mimic, but to fulfill. You see, some souls choose melanated bodies for their mission, to hold memory. Others choose hybrid bodies to transmute trauma. Others enter European vessels to infiltrate distorted bloodlines. And some are seeded through indigenous wombs to anchor planetary frequency grids. All are surgical. All are strategic. All are sovereign. Understand something. You are not your skin. You are not your lineage. You are the mission encoded into your field before arrival. And when you forget that, you fall back into the very illusion you came to dismantle. Yes, melanin absorbs more sunlight. But let's be clear about something. Sunlight is not the only source. Some absorb through sound. Some awaken through crystal. And some remember through water, song, grief, or fire. This is not a competition. This is convergence. A global return of architects, guardians, gridkeepers, code bearers from every star, every bloodline entering the game board of Earth. So to my melanated kin, yes, remember your greatness. Reclaim your power, but do not weaponize it. Your memory is medicine, not a pedestal. Your mission is to restore harmony, not perpetuate hierarchy. And to my brothers and sisters of lighter hue, you are not absent from the plan, but you must do your part. Deconstruct supremacy where it was planted, humble the ego, and listen deeper. And remember, you chose this form for a reason. Every body is a temple, but not every temple was built for the same energy. Know your architecture, know your soul contract, and stop comparing blueprints. This is not a race war. This is a remembrance field. So let go of superiority. And while you're at it, let go of inferiority. You must activate your frequency. The sun does not choose favorites. It's blasting codes. The question is, can your field receive them? No race is greater or above any other. No lineage more divine. Only roles, only missions, only remembrance. So take your place in the symphony and stop arguing over the instruments. It's time to play the song. This is the era of return, not of one race, but of the original frequency. And that frequency does not belong to any skin, any culture, or any flag. It belongs to those who remember. It belongs to the Remembrancers. Remember now, this is the flame of remembrance, and your soul is the key. There's a war around the rainbow, a war not of flags or pride parades, but of truth. On one side, judgment, rejection, condemnation. On the other, blind celebration, unchecked confusion, and identity worship. But what if the real truth was neither of these? What if the LGBTQ+ soul path was deeper than anyone has dared to see? Before you were gay or straight, male or female, you were light. You were a soul. You were a code carrier. And some of you chose bodies that would never fit the mold, because your mission was to collapse the mold. Some LGBTQ+ souls came here on sacred assignments, to bridge masculine and feminine polarities within one body, to dissolve karmic loops of gender trauma, to embody love in forms humanity forgot. These are the frequency weavers, the androgynous harmonics, sent not to fit into a box, but to recode the field. With that said, there's another truth, a shadow layered over the light. Parasitic frequencies have hijacked the rainbow. Synthetic overlays, hormonal manipulations, psychological trauma loops. The distortion isn't always in the soul. Sometimes it's in the program. And if we don't say this clearly and compassionately, we betray the mission. This is not about hate. This is not about shame. This is about discernment. The ability to feel when someone is expressing truth and when someone is repeating programming. They both exist, and they both are here, and both must be seen for what they are. To the gay man who remembers a priesthood he once held in Atlantis, you are not broken. You are encoded. To the transgender being who feels ancient timelines of androgyny, you are not confused. You are a bridge. But to those caught in identity obsession, ego wars, forced pronoun rituals, you have been hijacked. And your return will require deprogramming. Some were born this way. Some were made this way. The soul knows the difference. And it's time we started listening to the soul again. This isn't about pride. This isn't about shame. This is about purpose. You came to remember, not to be labeled, not to be used, not to be erased, but to activate something ancient through your body's unique signature. The dark forces knew the rainbow was sacred, and that's why they targeted it. Not to honor it, but to hijack it, wrap it in politics, identity wars, confusion rituals, sterilization agendas. They knew if they could distort gender, they could distort creation itself. But now, the real ones are waking up. The rainbow warriors, the priestesses in men's bodies, the knights in feminine flesh, the divine androgyne, returning to unify the split. To those who judge, be still. You don't know what you are looking at. You might be watching an ancient soul completing a sacred vow. To those who celebrate blindly, be still. Not everything with glitter is divine. Some of it is infection. Some of it is programming. And if we can't tell the difference, we fall to both. This is the time of the in-between, of non-dual beings anchoring the new field. Not gay, not straight, not man, not woman, but remembrancers of the full spectrum of Source. Remember, this isn't about identity. This is about frequency. This isn't about orientation. This is about activation. The rainbow doesn't belong to a movement. It belongs to the flame of remembrance, and to those brave enough to remember through every shade of light. You are not your label. You are not your trauma. And you are not your politics. You are the frequency, remembering in form. And the flame welcomes you home, all of you.